Hello everyone, I am Leslie Kangogo and welcome to my English 2030 presentation. In the story of We Are Taking Only What We Need, and my assigned story is Welcome to the City of Dreams by Stephanie Powell Watts. In this story, we have a simple plot here that is going to outline what happened in the story. And as we begin, we have a woman by the name Nora who moves out of her husband's house with her two children, Tasha and Gary, to start a new life in Raleigh. But Reggie's sudden appearance complicated their lives. Despite the brief harmony, the return of their father, Mr. Calvin, shattered the new-found stability, forcing Reggie to leave. So, when Nora moved out into her new house, he invited her new boyfriend, Reggie, and when Reggie got there, her two children were not happy about Mr. Reggie being in the house, and they got in an argument, and Nora, their mother, decided to tell the children that if they were going to give Reggie time, they were going to like him. He was a nice guy, and the children didn't like their mother's opinion. And since they had nowhere to go, then they had to accept the situation and gave a chance to Mr. Reggie. And in the middle of the story, their father, Mr. Calvin, one day decided he was going to visit them. And when he got there, he found out that Nora, the mother to the children, was living with another man. And he got upset and they got into an argument and they almost fought together. And Mr. Calvin told Reggie he was going to kill him. So Reggie got scared and he was frightened and threatened, and he decided he was going to leave the house. And within a blink of an eye, Reggie was nowhere to be seen and Nora got upset. And Nora decided she was going to leave and go somewhere else because her plans did not go the way she thought it could be. And as the family fractured, the children lost contact with Nora, leaving their hope of a future reunion uncertain. The story seems to show significant themes of family dynamics, unexpected challenges, and the impact of past choices in the relationship. As it develops into the complexities of rebuilding a life after a significant change, only to face new obstacles. The uncertain surroundings, Nora's disappearance add element of mystery and leaves the door open for potential reunion and resolution in the future. So here when Nora left, she went to an undisclosed location without telling her children or the husband, Mr. Calvin, and the children were very upset and they didn't know what to do. And one day they had to ask their cousin where their mother had gone, and their cousin told them that their mom had gone with a friend to to the to another state, and probably she was going to come back, and she did not know the exact information to tell them, but the children were hopeless and they told them, we hope that our mom will reunite with us one time. So reading this book, we find out that these events took place in the South when Nora and the children started driving their car to Forest Acres, Raleigh, North Carolina. This was the place where Nora thought like it was a nice place for her and her kids to start a new, fresh life. And as they were driving down the road, Nora told her daughter that She believes this is the place she wanted to be, and she told them that this is the place where you can be anything you want to be. Also, in the story, we have different characters that play different roles, and we have the main character as Nora, who was the mother to the children. And then we have Calvin, who was the husband to Nora and the dad to the two children. And then we have Reggie, the boyfriend to Nora. This is the man who moved into Nora's house. And when Mr. Calvin arrived, he found him in the house and he was threatened to leave the house. Then we have Gary, the son to Nora. We have Tasha, the daughter to Nora, who told her mom that she was not happy to see Reggie in the house. And then we have Trina. So she was a friend to Nora. She wasn't mentioned that much in the story, but we were being told she was a friend to Nora. And then we have Mr. Clean. He was a friend to Reggie. Mr. Clean was not his actual name, but we were told that his name was Taylor. And then we have Annabelle. She was a friend to Reggie. And in this story, Mr. Clean and Annabelle were the friends to Reggie who came later when Reggie needed help in moving into Nora's house. And these two friends helped Reggie move his stuff into Nora's house. And after moving, they had to chill for like 2-3 days together, having stories and drinking some beer and some wine as they read some magazines. Here we have the protagonist as Nora because she was one of the main characters in the story, and then we have the antagonist who was Calvin. Calvin was just like a troublemaker. He couldn't stay away from Nora and he couldn't let Nora just live her own life. He could be seen going into Nora's house, causing drama, and he couldn't just leave Nora be herself. After reading the story, find out different themes, and one of the themes that we learn here is a conflict. And the story introduces a conflict when Nora's ex-husband discovers another man living with her during the visit. This leads to threats and atmosphere of fear following the separation. We also have the impact on children upbringing. The children suffer without explanation when their mom relocates to a new state. The trauma deepens as they live with a man they dislike. This was Reggie. Like Tasha didn't like the man at all and she could complain all the time. And Nora's action unsettled their young minds because they were children and they were still young. They didn't have closure of what was going on, no explanation at all. And then we have the father's decisions to take the children back creates a challenging situation affecting their emotional well-being. And then we have the structure. The climax of the story was when Reggie moves into Nora's house. And then we have inciting incident is where Calvin visited the children at Nora's house and found Reggie with Nora. And then in this story we learn different stylistic devices, and one of them was a dialogue. This was a dialogue between Reggie, Nora, and Calvin when they argued, and then we have a dialogue between Tasha and Nora when Tasha was telling her mom that she did not like Reggie being in the house. And then lastly, as we end the story, we have a judgmental story. We have a judgment, and the judgment of the story is according to me, it was worth starting the story because it educates on family issues, effects of separation of the children, and general social life skills and we need in our daily lives. Like I have learned a lot in this story and it's really worth reading it. And always it's good to read stories because we learn new things and it's gonna help us in our day-to-day life activities. And that's the end of my presentation. And thank you.